Alright, in this video we're going to try and get through the trade deadline for sure. So we're just going to start simming again. I made a bunch of lists here just so we know kind of what we're looking for, definitely, and what we're trying to give up. Some guys that we can target. So as I'm going through this, I'm just going to kind of see what I got here. So now what we have already, so we're just going to get through a scout here, is I'm looking at our core players. So guys that like we could have and build around that have potential. Oh, missed the guy there. Crap. Anyway, we'll get him at the next time. So Okafor we already said is a lock. He's 20 years old and he's an A plus potential. So I'm not even really looking at his overall right now. He's definitely going to grow into the 90s in a few years, definitely. The only other guy that I saw on our roster that we can definitely develop is Jeremy Grant at our small forward position. So he's a B plus potential, and he's only 21 years old. So there's potential camps that we can send guys to that I've got actually, and Grant's one of them. The other couple guys that we might send would be guys like McConnell, who's our backup point guard right now. He's a little bit younger. Holmes and Stauskas. So there's guys that aren't really playing but have potential. Um, you know what? Yeah, I'd say change is needed again. Yeah, our staff isn't the greatest. But so Grant and Okafor are the only guys that I would really consider keeping around and building around just because they're both, 20, 21 years old. So we definitely need a power forward, a shooting guard, and a point guard. Now, looking at some of these players that we're scouting, I know I'm not really on that screen a lot, but um, here's a good one. McConnell for first round pick. That's in 2018 though, so that's the thing is they're giving us in a couple years. So let's just look at it. Now McConnell's a guy that is he gonna end up being anything? I'm not sure. He's 70. Well, he's technically a 75. He's pumped up. His potential is only a B, and he's 23. So in the next few years, I could pump his potential up maybe to an A minus, but by then he's probably already 25, 26. So he's not a guy that I really have in my core. He'd be a guy that I could keep around as a backup. He's pretty inexpensive, but to get a first round pick, you know what? I'm not going to do it for now. We'll go into the deadline for that. As I was saying, some of the prospects that we're looking at, there's not a lot of point guards in there. The best point guard is a guy that we're scouting. His last name's Shaw. He's got an A potential, but his overall right now, because we don't have it yet, is a C minus. So we're talking like probably like a 64, 65, and he's actually the best point guard available. So there's not a lot of good ones. So the guy that should be going first is a guy named Vujanek. He's a power forward. He's a 77 overall, A minus potential. So that's something we need as a power forward. And there's actually a lot of guys. There's definitely three. Maybe I can kind of show you guys here. Let's go into it. We'll go into it and just to kind of take a peek at these guys before we go into the free agency. But here's the first guy. His rank is number one, everything. So top left, he's a 77. He plays small forward as well, and his grade is an A minus. You can pump that up to A plus for sure. He is 22 though, so that is something that you kind of look at. Rollins is another guy. He's a 77, same type of thing. I think he's like an A potential. Yep. And then I think it was Galloway. Yeah, Galloway's a 76, and he's an A potential. So those are three guys. If we're in the top three, we're gonna grab one of these guys for sure because we do need a shooting guard and a power forward. We also need a small forward. Rush is an A minus potential. He's a 71 though, and he is 22. So that's something that we can still probably get him up there too. Now the only other guy is this Kafka guy. Now we have a lot of good centers. If we have to take best player available, this guy's got an A plus potential, and he's 71 and 20 years old. So those are all the guys that I'm looking at. So we're definitely going to have like a top 5 pick. We're going to get one of those guys. Now we want the best, so if we have any trades to make, we'll do that. We have 2 picks that are going to be pretty high up there. We might have 2 in the top 5. Now some of the guys that I'm looking to trade away at the deadline. For sure, would be a guy like Smith. He's a point guard. We have a couple of them. I think he's probably starting for us, but he's an expiring deal. I'm not going to re-sign him. I'm going to continue for now. It's after the All-Star break. The other guys would be Carl Landry, just because of his age. Um, this could maybe work. Here's Smith is a guy that I just said I wanted to trade away. So let's see what we can get here. We're getting a first round pick back. Trevor Ariza. 3 years. Oh, I don't like that contract though. That's the only thing. He's 30 years old. He doesn't really fit into our plan. So that's the thing, is sometimes getting a pick for that is not the way to go. So decline that. So Landry's a guy that we can try and oh, Jaleel, stop talking to me. I'm not gonna talk to him right now. I'm just gonna go to training just so I don't break another promise and really piss him off. Um, we gotta somehow pump this up. So let's just make it a high intensity thing. So overall workload's very high now. So that's gotta be a change. Let's keep going. So this is the deadline right here. So let's go right before it. And then, yeah, so the other two guys are Nerlens Noel and Joel Embiid. So they're both kind of the same type of player, but we have Okafor already. So we're going to look to trade these guys. They both have A-minus potential, so they should definitely get us a need, either picks or players. Some of the players, and I don't really care about the All-Star weekend, some of the players that I'm looking at to target, there's a couple trades that I could possibly make. One of them being for Michael Carter-Williams from the Bucks. He's a point guard. He's a 76 B plus potential. They were offering me for Embiid and Smith, so two guys that I just said I wanted to get rid of. Um, so he's someone we could maybe build around. And the other one was Kemba Walker. Now he's 25 years old, but he's an 84. Yeah, he's an 84 overall already with A-minus potential. So it's a guy that we can still build. And yeah, he'd be a little bit older, but maybe that's something that we need. What they wanted, though, was the Lakers' first round pick, which was one of those ones that's going to be definitely top five. So because there's no really good point guards, do I make that trade and say that that's kind of our draft pick? He's already an 84. Because getting point guards in this game is pretty tough. If they're not in the draft, a lot of teams don't like trading away point guards. Now, especially guys like Emmanuel Mudiay on the Nuggets, who's a 74 overall, but he's an A potential. They didn't want to trade him. And also, I think I was gonna say Jamarcus Russell, Oakland Raiders, but on the Lakers, he's a 78 A potential. I wouldn't trade him anyway. So it's probably in that team's best interest, the Lakers, to not give him away. Same with the Nuggets. So now we're up to the trade deadline. I got a few minutes here to just purge some of our guys. So let's start with a trade finder here just to see what we can get for some of these guys. One of them that I said was Smith, so I have no problem getting rid of him right now. So let's see if we have any offers for Smitty. Anything? They're really thinking here. Probably because he's an expiring deal and he's not that good, so I don't think a lot of teams are going to want him. Oh boy, this computer's really thinking. Oh, 20 trades, so we get a first round pick here for another expiring deal. I like that. I might do that one. So the Bucks. This is one of the guys that was in there for. You know what? Let's make this one trade here. I actually do want to get Michael Carter-Williams from the Bucks if I can, just because it's not going to cost us our first round pick. So let's do that really quick right now. See if they'll actually go for it. So they wanted Embiid, which is okay with me, and they also wanted Smith, which is fine. Where the heck did he go? Oh, am I losing my mind? Or did I just trade him? What the heck happened? Oh, I'm so confused. Okay, where is he? There he is. So he's 24 years old, 76. We still have him under contract. Where the heck did he go? I didn't deal him. What happened? He's right there. Okay, that's weird. I don't know why that's happened. Oh, if he has a no trade clause, that sucks. But you know what? Let's do this. Let's do the player finder. We'll go point guard, and let's just do it. Boom. We'll find him down here. Where is he? Williams, Carter Williams. There he is. Okay. Trade finder. Hopefully it pops up again, because sometimes they don't go for it. If you do one trade and you have to really think about it, they're not going to do it. Oh boy. They want to do this now? No. No. Ah. So they want the first round pick, but we're getting theirs right back. So that's not bad. Holmes, who's this guy? Or Nerlens Noel for so our pick isn't bad right now. LA's they're saying is way better. So maybe we do this one. We flip Noel for Carter Williams, and we just flop first round picks. So we're basically trading Noel for Carter Williams straight up, which is totally fine with me. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, that's fine with me. Let's go for it. Now we got a point guard. Come on, come on. Have the coach handle it. It's fine with me for now because I don't really care. So we got rid of him. Trade finder. Who else? So we got, yeah. So here we go. Smith is there and Embiid's there. So we probably could have. So we got rid of one of our guys. Let's see what we can get for both of these guys. Maybe we can get some picks. Who knows? So we don't need to go after Kemba Walker anymore. So we didn't really have to give up any picks. We just did kind of a sideways trade here. Okay, so what can we get here? We can get Middleton. So now I can actually pencil in Michael Carter-Williams at our point guard. So he's going to be one of our future guys for sure. So we need a power forward and a shooting guard. So we don't need that. Power forward and a shooting guard. Well, looks like none of these guys are really going to be... shooting guard, power forward. Yeah, not really. To cycle through a lot of these trades. None of these guys are really popping out at me. Power forward. They're not really fitting the age range that I'm looking for or the overall. So the only one would maybe be this one, but Middleton, 24 years old, he's making a lot of money. So let's just try and sell off Smith for now. I got a couple minutes left in the video, so let's hurry this up, computer. Come on. Think of what you want to do. If anything, we did a pretty good trade. They're getting Carter Williams. I hope he pans out. He's up to a 74 now on his new team. Or 78, sorry. Okay, we can do the Bucks. We get a first round pick. That's fine. A lot of these are just kind of sideways deals, which, I want to just kind of get rid of them. Ooh, Reggie Jackson, 5 years. No, I don't want to give up that pick, though. I don't know why they would want to do that trade. Might go with the Bucks here. Yep, we're going to pick up a first-round pick from the Clippers because we're not going to re-sign Bayless either, so let's do that. We get him for a pick. That's perfect. And then the only other one, I think we still have Embiid, so we could potentially trade him at the draft. I think that's probably something smart that we should do is keep him around because he still has, you know what, he is expiring. But I think he has an option, so I won't be able to trade him. I'm going to pick up the option on him probably, and then probably deal him next year, maybe for another piece. So that's all we're going to do for the trade deadline. Everybody else, I don't think I'm going to be able to flip a lot of these guys just because they don't have a lot of value. But getting Carter Williams is something that we got a point guard now. You can see that it's a little bit different here. I want to actually look at getting him up to better potential. He's way more than McConnell. Just the B potential here kind of scares me. So the A- is way better, and he's still 24, so he can get up there into the 80s. So he'll be our point guard of the future. All right, so we're going to go into the rest of the season in the next video.